Welcome everyone to your favorite show, DocTalk, where we discuss important health topics in a simple language so we can help you understand sickness, illnesses, and symptoms more clearly. So it's me, Maraheb Alqalaf, and my colleague, Dr. Sundos Alhadhoud.
Hi Maraheb, how are you?
I'm good today.
I'm excited for today's episode because it's not purely medical. It's something that we need to know, and we need to change the mentality of the future in order for them to have it as routine. Unfortunately, this was not promoted when we were growing up. Not all families and not every person or individual had the access to know the information that we are about to discuss in today's episode.
So what we mean by healthy lifestyle doesn't mean dieting and restricting your caloric intake. It's about how you change, as you said, your mentality. You want peace of mind. You want to consume things in a healthy way so you can actually maintain your weight, prevent chronic illnesses as well, right?
Exactly. And Maraheb, as you said, people think that healthy lifestyle is just dieting and exercise.
And exercising excessively, right?
Exactly.
It's like you live in the gym.
But there are certain points in having a healthy lifestyle people also always miss. And it's about having a healthy sleep, healthy systems in your body, digestive, respiratory, cardiac, cognitive, psychologically, mentally. All of these are important. So all of these are parts and corners of
it's a chain
lifestyle.
Actually, it is a chain. So psychological part is connected to the emotional part, to the social part, to your body health, right? And your cognitive health. It's all connected. If something disrupts this chain, everything is going to be affected as well.
Definitely. And at this point, when the chain is disrupted, then the other symptoms or other systems will get involved. The immunity, so your immunity will be lower. The function of all the systems also will be affected and will start to decline one by one. You want a life expectancy. We always say why people in the past, they used to live longer, and now the life expectancy has shortened. It's because the fast pace and the lifestyle that everybody now is acquiring, and this is really wrong. The amount of obesity is increasing and on the rise.
And I think Kuwait is one of the
second
in the Middle East or in the world?
In the world. The first one is in the United States, but imagine the size of the United States and the size of Kuwait.
I highly believe it's because of sedentary lifestyle and the ease of access to unhealthy food.
Unfortunately,
and the marketing as
with
well.
Just one second.
Second in the Middle East or in the world?
In the world. The first one is in the United States, but imagine the size of the United States and the size of Kuwait.
I highly believe it's because of sedentary lifestyle and the ease of access to unhealthy food.
Unfortunately,
and the marketing as
with
well.
Just one click on the phone, and then you will get all the food that you want at your place. So before, and that's why before it was easier to have a healthy lifestyle, even though the atmosphere in Kuwait, it's really hot or really cold.
But people used to work, in different conditions, like they do swimming, they do diving, they do walk for, a long time.
And we don't have all this luxury of AC and air conditioning and the air-conditioned malls and air-conditioned parks. All of these, we didn't have the luxury. Now it's easier for us. But still, the acquiring or acquisition of a healthy lifestyle is on the decline, unfortunately. And before, if you want to have a meal, you need to ride in the car, you go to the restaurant in the traffic, and then you buy that meal and then come home. So if you want or craving, you will think many times before you go, actually. Exactly. But now, any meal that you wish for, any international, worldwide, you will have it at your doorstep.
And so you know what happens most of the time? They do order like a main course and then a dessert or a snack next to it, which is high in calories, high in fats, high in carbs, high in sugar. Can you imagine what are the effects?
Definitely.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, strokes probably.
And
right?
you know, we are talking now about one part, which is obesity. So obesity is one of the end results of having unhealthy lifestyle.
Right.
So you are prone to, as you said, diabetes type 2. You are prone for hypercholesterolemia. You are prone for a system that people with obesity always miss,
shuts down,
which
right?
is the knees,
Right.
the knees, the back. This excess weight will put pressure on your knees, will put pressure on your back, and you will have atherosclerosis in the future. So, or arthritis in the future. So all of these are a complication of obesity. So it's not something simple that only from outside.
So obesity actually targets so many systems at the same time, like
Definitely.
heart disease, it targets
gastrointestinal, immunity, pancreas, bile, because many people who have obesity are more prone to gallbladder disease and gallbladder stones. So you see fatty liver. This is now on the rise.
And cholesterol as well.
Exactly.
Right? And can you imagine the psychological and emotional part? Probably it will affect the social life as well.
Definitely, bullying, inability to ride. Like when you go to the theme park and they will say there is a weight limit and you cannot ride.
Even
or you
for
try
the airplanes,
to go,
right?
Exactly, you need to pay extra in order for you to have a bigger chair or bigger space. So all of these are causing social embarrassment, economic pressure on the person and on the country itself, because the country will need to treat that person. It is a burden. So it's not something simple. And we are talking now about one problem, which is obesity, but we have a lot of things.
Yes,
exactly.
Definitely. So it's never too late actually to solve the problem. Don't say, I'm going to start tomorrow, I'm going to start next week, or it's too late to start. It's never too late. Once you start, once you have the strong will and determine, I'm going to change, it's going to happen. But the journey requires patience, requires compliance, effort. If you don't have the effort, don't have the patience to wait and see the results, you're never going to go in this journey.
Definitely. And the problem is that it is affecting also the children. So it's not something that only affects adulthood, but also the children now are involved. And I think we're going to go further in talking about each aspect of having a healthy lifestyle and how to deal with it and acquire it after the myth and fact segment. Stay tuned with us. And now we will come to the segment that you have been all waiting for, which is
myths and facts, which is the most interesting actually segment.
Exactly. So would you like to start, Maraheb?
Of course. So I have a myth that says muscular dystrophy is only a muscle disease.
Oh, wrong.
Definitely. So in fact, it is part of this myth true, because it is a condition that affects the muscles, but all of our body is composed of muscles, so it definitely affects cardiovascular system, respiratory system, and other systems in the body.
Definitely. Well said, Maraheb. So my myth says that all patients with muscular dystrophy have shortened lifespan. True or false?
No.
Definitely. Not all of them, only the severe form. But there are a lot of milder and moderate variation of the disease that will have a normal lifespan.
So my myth says that people diagnosed with muscular dystrophy can't study or work.
No, their intelligence is not impaired.
Yes, so their cognitive ability is definitely not impaired. Plus, with the proper care and right accommodation, especially at the educational setting like school and home setting. So if the family is involved to support actually the person, they're gonna excel and they're gonna have a good life, proper education, and good career.
Well said, Maraheb. So my myth says that muscular dystrophy only happens in children. True or false?
No.
Definitely. There is only the severe form or the genetic form that happens during childhood, but the rest of muscular dystrophies actually happens in the second and third decades of life.
So I have another myth actually. It says if the person is diagnosed with muscular dystrophy, it will cause complete paralysis.
No.
It's not related actually. So the degree and the progression actually varies on the condition. So it doesn't mean necessarily that the person will have complete paralysis.
So I have the last one, which says that all patients with muscular dystrophy will end up on a wheelchair. True or false?
No.
Definitely. As we said, only one type or two types, the genetic and the Duchenne muscular dystrophy, will end up on a wheelchair. But the rest of types of the muscular dystrophy, actually, they will have normal, let's say, not affected way of movement.
You know what? I just remembered another myth.
Oh, good.
It says physical therapy is a waste of time and it's pointless. What do you think?
Oh no, it's very important.
It's very important because with physical therapy, you're going to preserve the muscle mass, you're going to try to preserve the mobility, and it's going to try to actually reduce the progression of the condition.
Well said.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and we're going to talk more about healthy lifestyle.
Yes, definitely. So we talked about one cornerstone of having a lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, which is obesity, maintaining the weight. So in order for us to have a healthy weight,
Yes.
not very thin, not very fat, we're talking about lean weight according to the age, height, and the sex of the person, which is a female or a male.
And it can be done very easily. If you go to any pharmacy, any polyclinic, they can just measure the BMI, your height, and your weight, so you can actually know where you're in the curve, right?
Exactly.
If you're below your appropriate weight or above the weight.
Exactly,
or
and it's called the body mass index.
Yes.
So you can either calculate it, and you can just search it online and you will have the formula, and it's very easy. Or you
some
can
people
go to
cheat actually. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can go to the pharmacy. It's free of charge. You just go there and measure your height, measure your weight, and they will give you your body mass index. The body mass index indicates are you within the normal range, or are you at risk of overweight, obesity, morbid obesity. And then according to that, you will know what is required from you to be back to normal. So having a healthy diet, not a very strict diet, just it should be healthy. A portion divided with a source of protein, source of vegetables, and for minerals and vitamins and fibers. And all of these are important and should be part of the plate.
And hydration is key also.
Exactly.
It's
and
very important.
This type of plate actually should be given to the kids. Start with them, so when they are older, they will be familiar and it will be a habit rather than a restriction or something new. Exactly.
Yes. So actually, children mirrors their parents' behavior.
Yes.
So if you as a parent, you're eating very unhealthy, it's most likely that children will develop these unhealthy habits.
Definitely.
So if you're used to eating soggy food, full of fat, fried food, without introducing, vegetables and, the healthy fibers, fruits, children will develop obesity from the parents and the lifestyle they're living in, and that's the same exact environment the parents are living in.
Definitely. I had one patient, and actually the mother was telling me how she's struggling with her child, that the child is refusing to eat healthy diet, and every time they force him to have a healthy plate, he will start to have a tantrum where he cries, I don't want to eat, and he refuses to eat. And I asked her, you are eating healthy with your kid? And she said, no, we order fast food.
Oh,
and I told her, you cannot do that. You are punishing him. You should set an example. Do you drink sodas? She said, yes, but he is prohibited from drinking sodas. Do you eat chips? Do you eat sweets and candies and chocolates? And she said, yes, but he cannot. I told her, you cannot do that. You should set an example. You should start with yourself. So when you ask your child to do the same thing, it is not a punishment. He will see that this is something normal, what normal people do.
No, I think it's very important to highlight that you can still eat unhealthy food in your diet for 20%. So if you follow the 80-20 rule, 80% healthy, 20% unhealthy, you're safe. You're talking about what, 200 calories of unhealthy food? It's going to be an equivalent to a donut or a chocolate bar,
Exactly.
And it's something like you can easily burn it if you walk for 30 minutes per day.
When parents come to me and also they ask the same question, please tell our son or our daughter that chocolate is not good for them. I tell them, I'm not gonna lie, chocolate is good for the body, especially the dark one.
Dark one, yeah.
But
full of
if you eat it in moderation, then it is definitely not harmful. So one chocolate bar per day with on the other hand, there is a good amount of fruits, vegetables, fibers, protein sources, then why not?
And you know what? If you read the psychological journals, you're gonna see lots of articles actually talking about if you restrict yourself from something, you're gonna binge on it even more. So can you imagine so many people having this cyclical diets where they restrict and limit themselves from eating unhealthy food? All of a sudden they relapse and start eating very unhealthy food, and they regain more weight than the weight they lost.
Exactly. And people think that having vitamins or supplements will restore or replace the natural sources. The natural sources are always wanted and always helpful and beneficial. But if for some reason there is a deficiency, there is a disease for malabsorption and you cannot, then the alternative, these sources and supplementation can be required. Now, I think we talked about obesity and diet. There are other parts of having a healthy lifestyle, which is smoking. Smoking and taking harmful things, smoking, any harmful drinks, any harmful practice
energy
you do.
Drinks as well.
Exactly. So all of these will affect the healthy lifestyle. So they are not required, and we do not recommend them at all, because they will affect your healthy lifestyle.
Right. And one of the most important thing also is sleeping. Some people don't realize sleeping is very important. An adult should sleep between until but like
7 to 9 hours.
Okay.
This is the adult required amount. Adolescent, it is between 8 and 10 hours. And
children should sleep even more.
Exactly.
Up to 12 hours.
Exactly. While neonates, they actually sleep from 24 hours, they sleep 18 hours. The rest, they take it for feeding and communicating with the parents.
So sleeping actually is very healthy, because it helps not to manage your weight, but it helps you to have a good mood, feel energized. And if you don't have this sleep-wake cycle, your system is going to be disrupted. So let's talk about the most important hormones to curb the appetite and hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin. So they're going to be affected actually if you don't sleep very well. You're going to feel hungrier, you're not going to have enough energy. And some people, or especially women, if they don't sleep well, they're going to have increased cortisol, which is a stress hormone that can affect their bodies, have more fat in their belly, in the abdomen area. Maybe they're going to develop insulin resistance as well.
Definitely, and it will also affect their immunity. So they are more prone to infection. Many people who have lack of sleep, they will say that every now and then I get fever, I get flu-like symptoms, I don't know why I get sick a lot. And I always tell them, what are your sleeping habits? They will say, oh, we sleep plenty of time. What time? They will say, from morning till evening. No, this is not normal. You want the growth hormone secretion, you want the melatonin secretion, you want the serotonin secretion. All of these are secreted during the nighttime. So if you want your immunity to be good, if you want the cortisol to be lower and your immunity to be higher, then you need to sleep at night, not during the daytime.
So we're going to talk more about this and how to maintain a healthy lifestyle after our special report, Healing on a Plate.
Stay tuned. Welcome everyone to our today's episode, which is about how to have a healthy lifestyle. So far we talked about diet, we talked about unhealthy habits, and we talked about sleeping. But now we're going to talk about the other thing that people always think about when we say a healthy lifestyle, which is exercise. We said before we didn't have all this luxury. So people cannot exercise in the hot weather or the very cold weather, but now we have many closed places. So you can have your exercise or walking in the malls, in the closed parks.
There are actually some malls that they do have a walking track. In the malls, so your life is easy now. Everything is accessible.
So you can do that. You can have it at home. You can go to the gym. So you don't have an excuse to have an exercise.
Definitely.
And
even at sunset time, they can just go by the sea and walk.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we're not talking only about walking. We're talking about swimming, jogging, playing tennis, whatever exercise that you find suitable for your condition, your age, and your hobbies. The recommended is that you have at least 5 days a week of exercise. If you have a daily routine, it's better, because now it's going to be something routine, and the day that you stop your exercise, your body will tell you, go back, you need to boost again, you need to make up for that day that you did not exercise. But if you cannot, at least 5 days a week, and the week is 7 days, so you have 2 days as a rest
over the weekend, probably.
Exactly. So you can exercise, and a minimum of 30 minutes of just walking, or you can have strenuous exercise between 15 and 20 minutes a day is more than enough.
You know what I used to do when I was very busy at work or busy with my clinic? I used to park very far away. This is actually one of the tricks. So I can walk a nice distance to the building, and it compensates for the time like I wasted for not doing my exercise.
Exactly.
And it helps a lot. Even during the break, you know, you can just walk for, you know, a coffee shop if you want to buy some coffee. It's all included within the exercise. So you don't have to do actually the exercise as a consecutive like time. You can break it down into 10 minutes, like 3 times a day.
Exactly. And always set a goal, a reasonable goal. You cannot ask yourself to do an exercise like a person who practices every day for the past, let's say, 10 years.
Right.
So set a reasonable goal for yourself. You can say, today I will start with 10 minutes for the next 5 days, and then I will start to increase it gradually.
Or you can set with smartwatches now, like you check the steps that you're doing. So it's recommended that you have steps around like 8,000 to 10,000 per day.
Yes, exactly. And this is for the adults. For the kids, up to 5,000 per day is recommended. So for the kids, an exercise 5 days a week from 15 to 20 minutes is more than enough. It will help to boost their immunity, it will help to boost their intelligence, it will help also to boost their mentality. So they are less stressed, less confused, less depressed. So all of these are good for having a healthy lifestyle.
Definitely, I agree with you 100%, because activity actually helps children to develop really good cognitive skills.
Yes.
It makes them have better memory skills, better attention, reduce their extra energy. And actually the activities, it can be done at home. You can have a small swimming pool so they can like swim. You can have obstacle course in the house using the couch, pillows. They can just, you know, climb up the couch and go down. They can jump. You can have a personal trampoline also. This is part of the exercising. Chores. Doing chores. I love this.
Yes.
I love it.
I always tell them, giving chores to children, it's not a punishment. It's help them to know to take responsibility, to take share, feel that they are part of the family, and at the same time they are doing activity. So having chores according to the age and according to the ability of the child is very important.
I love this. I always recommend it for the parents. You can have so many things that you can do at home. Like if you do laundry, they can actually separate the colors, and it teaches them so many concepts. It teaches them the colors, counting, matching skills, discipline, exactly. And they can also learn the sizes, different sizes. Those are also part of language skills and cognitive skills.
Definitely. And now we come to the last part of having a healthy lifestyle, which is mental health.
Yes.
People always forget about that. With the fast pace of life in this era, and people are always thinking about how to increase their income, how to secure their family, secure their future, maintain a good future for their spouses, for their kids. So when they are burnt out, all of these are misapprehended and forgotten about people, and they don't take care about it. It's very important.
You're right. And you know what? Burnout is actually a profession related condition.
Yes.
When you feel emotionally exhausted and it affects you in several ways and it causes negative impact on the person, like depression and anxiety, feeling confused, feeling empty, and you're not able to do anything anymore. You don't enjoy or have interest in things anymore, because you're overwhelmed with things. And it happens a lot for parents, you know, especially mommy, who is handling a lot of responsibilities in the house, and the dad handling lots of financial, you know, maybe troubles, or thinking about the financial part and stability, right?
So that's why taking care of this is very important. Having a support group, having a person that you can vent with, either a friend, a family member, or even a specialist. You can just always go there. People feel ashamed, and there is a stigma if you go and see a psychiatrist or a psychologist. They feel that they are undermined or they are weak, but
or they're failure.
Exactly, but it's a sign of strength actually. If you consider and you know that you need that person, then this is a sign of strength, and you need to just talk to a person before your healthy lifestyle is affected.
I think we covered most of the things that we have to tell our dear viewers, and I hope that you have a really healthy lifestyle with how you enjoy food. First of all, enjoy food. Don't feel that you're restricted to eating certain kind of food. Exercise on a daily basis and sleep very well.
Hope to see you again in a new episode in our program DocTalk. You take care, and remember, you only live once, so live it freely with health.
Yes, definitely. See you next time.